Waco. I am your host, Debbie, here to help you get in the know about Waco.
This week, we're going to be talking about some of your upcoming activities. I know you guys have the Collide box coming up.
Yes.
If you want to go ahead and share a little bit about that.
Yes, so I cannot take all the credit for it. It is my beautiful wife's kind of idea. So the Collide box is basically what we do through our events and our media. We're putting it into a product, which if you don't know what we do, we basically, in a very organic and creative way, we provide community and networking opportunities for individuals and organizations to connect and grow. So a lot of the times what we do is we'll have, what we're known for is the Collide events, like Collide parties and Collide events, where we'll have multiple different people who aren't technically supposed to be in the same space, and then people are able to, connect with them, enjoy their products, meet people that they wouldn't ever have met, and then come out with inspiration and or an idea and or just a connection. And so we decided to put that into a box that people can easily engage with in case they want to. So there's, in the same way that there would be vendors in an event space, we have 8 to 12 hand-picked vendors that are locally owned, from local businesses. Yeah. So the hope of the box is to point people to local products, like to local business owners, and to pick things that we enjoy, that we like from people that we think are on their way or just need a kickstart or need to experience people buying their stuff and being excited about their stuff. Like, anywhere from, we have a Baylor student that shouldn't even have like a brand name or anything yet, but she's really good at making tote bags. And we're like, dude, we like your tote bags, so would you like to be a part of the Collide box? And she was like, yeah. And so she's getting to experience something that she created be enjoyed by people. And so that's kind of what the Collide box is. The hope is, people get dope products, but then they realize, wait, this person's down the street from me? That's crazy, So kind of breaking the myth that you have to get good stuff from big brands and that's it. So
Yeah, and what's the little mission statement behind this whole movement?
yeah, the mission statement is connecting creative individuals and organizations through products, focus groups, and events, and media. And so the biggest thing that we want to do, I guess you could really capture it in 3 words. It's create, connect, and grow. We create opportunities, events, and even media that allows people to connect, and then from that place they have the opportunity to grow through the connections that they made with other people. So,
Yeah, and how long have you been doing this, or at least with Collide Creative?
So with Collide, it's probably been 3 years, 2 years.
Wow.
I think like 3-ish years ago, we did our first party. Nobody was really doing anything like it, and we thought maybe 20 people would show up, and 150 people showed up.
Yeah.
And it really did stimulate the creative atmosphere, the entrepreneurial freelance atmosphere in Waco in a way that we didn't see coming, and it's just cool to see that kind of stuff be a norm now, and so anyways, that's when it started, long back.
And what are some of the most recent things that you've done?
Recently, 2020
Well,
and
yes.
2021 kind of threw curveballs, but we pressed on. The most recent event, what was the last thing we did? I want to say we did an event in Houston. We did a meetup for photographers and models in Houston. But the last big event we did was the Collide with Women's event. And oh my gosh, what was that, October?
I think so, yeah.
Sheesh. So the next big event will probably be the box party, and then we're doing a couple other things
meetups? I know you guys do a lot of those. You've done some here in Waco. You've done some in Houston. Haven't you done some in Austin, Dallas as well?
Yeah, we started just doing them in Waco. Just like, man, we just want to have fun and shoot creatively. And then a couple people would come down here from College Station and Dallas and Austin. We're like, what is going on? And so we connected with those people and we're like, hey, would you want to do a meetup in your city? And so we went to Dallas. We're about to do Austin, and we did Houston twice. Houston is always dope. I don't know what it is about Houston. Bro, Houston was so live, but yeah, that was right after Kobe died, so we did it at this graffiti park where there was a mural of Kobe, and it was so dope. So many different cultures and people were all in the same spot, and we got the coolest pictures ever.
Yeah, and tell me about some more stuff you would like to see coming up in the Waco community.
Yeah, man, what would I would love to see, as a musician, I am working towards, now that I have a team to take a lot of the load of the operations of some of the Collide work, I'm going to start focusing my efforts on building a lot more, just stimulating the music atmosphere here. There is music here, but I think they're so dope. There's people who are so dope but don't see how great they could be or are.
Yes.
And I think they treat their artistry and their music like, I'm just this Waco guy. And I've had the opportunity to kind of, put on for Texas, Houston, and Waco by going, I've been to France. I'm about to be, going to different states. And now I kind of want to just let's just blow it up in Waco. Let's do some dope, like what you would see in Nashville. Let's do it here. We have dope musicians. So I'm excited. I think that's something I want to see more of, and I'm going to be a part of curating is more environments for musicians and music. Being one, I need that. And so, yeah.
Shout out yourself. Shout out all your socials where you're always go out and do it. Self-promo.
Yeah.
No shame.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if people are listening, well, maybe they won't know me.
Go ahead.
Well,
Introduce yourself.
If you don't know, my name is Ryan. My government name is Ryan Thomas.
Government name.
My artist name is Ryan the Sun. That's Ryan space the space Sun as in child. And yeah, I'm a indie, multi-genre, mainly pop R&B, with a dash of hip hop and alternative rock ish. I don't know. You'd have to listen to my music to understand it, really. I'm so ADD that it just comes out in my genre. So yeah, that's me. At Ryan the Sun everywhere. RyanTheSun.com. Self-promo.
Yeah. Tell me how long you've been in Waco for.
I've been in Waco. Whoa, that's weird, bro. I think I've been in Waco. I mean, I went to college here from 2011 to 2015. Then I moved to Houston. Then I lived overseas. I lived in Austin. Came back in 2017. And then lived here since then. So that's like 7 years. It's weird.
Dude.
It's like a black hole. What the heck, bro? It's like a hamster wheel.
That's actually so common. So many artists, musicians, and people I have that come on my podcast, they always say they move away and they're like, oh, I just went there for school, or oh, I just grew up there, and then they leave and then they end up coming back. And I just think that's really what helps enhance the diversity and help enhance the culture here in Waco is because people leave and then they bring back all that knowledge and bring back, and they experience that culture shock. Even if you're not from here, you still bring it back and are able to live this, I guess more colorful life.
Yes, especially because you have more room in your budget for colorful life.
Yes,
here.
Of course.
I think that's probably what draws a lot of people is the cost of living is so great. And when you leave starving artist cities like Austin and you literally you're starving because it costs $20 to eat a sandwich. You get really creative people coming here with more space and their resources. I think in 5 to 10 years, you're going to see some really
bolster local business owners, local vendors, and local musicians for creative?
Yeah, so one of the programs that we have is, and it's not like, you won't see it on our website. It's kind of something that we like to handpick or talk to people when they email us. But we have community partnerships. It's not, not partnerships in the sense of like we have a legal contract of like business partnership or anything like that. But it's basically a symbiotic, agreed upon relationship with local businesses like White Label Realty. They're amazing, allowing us to use their space, and we collaborate with them by shouting them out, allowing them to put stuff in our box, our products, or whatever. Waco Work has been a great community partner with us. What are some people don't know this, but if you use I don't want to say this at some point, but whatever. Right now, if you're hearing this within the next 24 hours, no, I'm kidding. If you are a Collide member, we give you a discount code if you use Collide Creative at Waco Works while you're booking the photography studio. You can get your first hour half off. So stuff like that. Like we try to make it easy for creatives to find friends and do their craft, and a lot of times having friends is what makes it easier to do your craft because you have safe space to grow. And another thing we do is growing pens is a writer's community. So if you're, it's basically, anybody who would consider themselves a writer, illustrator, poet, whether it's, you write books, poetry, or you draw pictures and you tell stories that way, there's space for that in growing pens. We basically meet one Wednesday a month, and then the last Friday, I think, of every month. Friday's like the showcase thing. The Wednesday is the game. We do like a challenge. Every meeting, we gather people's pieces that they write before the meeting, and then we do either a game, and then read somebody's piece at the end, and people can give creative criticism, constructive criticism, or encouragement, or we just do a straight up on the Friday ones. It's straight up like you showcase and people give feedback,
yes,
and it's anonymous. And so the goal of Growing Pens is literally to provide a safe space for people to grow in their craft in the context of friendship. So it's really, we make it fun, and at the same time you have a reason to keep writing. I selfishly wanted to do it. Me and my friend Julia and Liv, we were like, I encountered their stuff actually. If you don't know who Julia Lauren is,
shout out,
bro.
Shout out.
You need to follow Simply Julia Lauren like yesterday. Her ability to write is insane. Your literal life might change. And then Liv, she's a crazy spoken word poet, and I would go to their like stuff or read their things, and I noticed I was like losing my innate rhythm of writing, and so I was like, yo, do y'all want to do like a writers group? Because I'm like, nah, I'm a music artist and I haven't written anything in like months, and so we started it, and now it's cool. People are coming out with projects, and we had one of our group members. She just released a book that's all poetry, and they're categorized in winter, spring, fall, summer.
Oh, love that.
All of her journey through like depression and anxiety. Anyway, so it's cool what friendship will do to creativity.
Yeah, of course. And speaking of the creativity and friendship, is there anyone you want to go ahead and shout out?
Yeah, I mean, I already shouted out Julia, Courtney Marco. She's our brand manager. She's an insane designer. She knows how to make brands come to life. Hit us up if you're trying to, kickstart your freelance brand and visual identity. We got you. Who else?
Shout out your mom.
My mom. She's actually gonna make a show. She always makes a presence on my albums. I don't know if people noticed that, but she's gonna be on my album. I would love to shout out Darren Haroff, my co-producer. Shout out to Josh Martin. He's one of the dopest photographers in the city. Will Aker. I don't know what my life would be without Will Aker. He's the best videographer in town. You can fight me on it. Who else, bro? Jonathan Blair, Serena with Living Dead Threads, Mackenzie with Milk Bottle Cookies, Black Daisy Boutique, Stephanie. I can keep going.
Yes.
There's a lot of dope. Shamika Evans. I know it's food, but you gotta create it for people to eat it. Just saying. Anyways, I don't know how much time you got. I can literally keep going. There's so many dope people that I've been loved by and love.
Yes, of course. Going back to the box, tell me where we can find it. Tell me how we can pre-order it. Tell us when we have to get it by.
Yes. So, I wish I would have said this at the beginning because you probably stopped listening by now. I'm just kidding. But, or actually, you know what? You could like cut this.
Yeah, we can do
But
whatever.
anyway. March 17th is the day that the last day to pre-order your box. We at the moment. Well, I can't. There's stuff I can't say. But pre-order your box before March 17th. It's a subscription box. We're not going to gyp you. Like, we are going to give you things that are from the local community that if you were to buy it on your own, it'd probably be upwards of $100 to $200 of value. There will be things in there that will add probably like $500 of value. I'm not going to say what it is because you got to subscribe to see what it is.
And there's things that are priceless.
So yeah, anyways, there are things that are priceless. Crystal Piece is going to have art in there. But anyway, yes, pre-orders stop. They go down March 17th. That's the last day. So order your box before then. We will have a party where you can pick them up. And meet all the vendors that have contributed to it. So, I think that's pretty much all you need to know. You go to collidecreative.com. Make sure you don't put an I in creative. That was strategic. There's no I in creative. We create with people, not by ourselves. It's Collide, CRATVE.com, and you'll see the Collide Box stuff there.
Yeah, of course. Now go ahead and give us all your social media and where we can find you.
Yes. At Collide Creative, Collide, CRATVE. That's our that's our main Instagram where you'll see us highlighting people in the community. You'll find out about future events or what's going on or content. But at THE Collide Box is where you get everything you need to know about the Collide Box, just the Collide Box. So, go follow that. That's probably the place you want to camp out if you're like, oh my gosh, I want to be in the box or I want to purchase the box and be a part of it or shout it out. Go to at THE Collide Box. And, that's how you can follow us on Instagram. We're not on Twitter yet.
That's all right. Yeah. And thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate all the stuff you've done for the creative community here in Waco.
Yeah.
And I just feel like you've really brought a light to local creatives and local artists. And again, just thank you so much for coming on today.
Yeah, for sure. I hope it wasn't too all over the place.
You did great. You did great.
Thank you for tuning into this week's podcast. This is your host, Debbie, signing off. Now that you know, go! Just go, Waco!
This has been Rogue Media Network Podcast.
Frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about Frozen heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Hey, I'm Zach,
And I'm Mike.
and we have a fantastic new podcast to tell you about. Bros, Foes, and Heroes. It's the two of us looking into the world of comics, breaking down some characters that you may have never heard of, and some that are just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, so Zach comes up with a character each time, and I go into it just completely blind. I don't know who this person is or what their abilities are or anything, and basically I guess we kind of go over their origin story and just some of the ridiculous stuff that maybe, especially Golden Age stuff.
Oh, Golden Age stuff is always the best, and we will make sure to highlight all of the shenanigans and just absolute weirdness of everything.
Yeah, that's right. So subscribe today and follow us on Instagram at Bros Foes Heroes.
And if you don't, I know where you live. Not really, but please subscribe.
Bros and foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about bros and foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Welcome to One Star Rewind, a new podcast about those dreaded one-star reviews that every business owner hates to receive, but yet every customer loves to read. During this podcast, we will peel back that one-star review to better understand how it happened, when it happened, and what the business owner is doing after receiving that one-star review. This podcast will be about love, hate, and laughter. On One Star Rewind, we will meet with real business owners who will tell their stories and how they do rely on reviews for their business. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or download us at roguemedianetwork.com. Please subscribe, but only rate and review for not a one-star review. Join us each time for a new review and a new story.